Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to another Plus One Daily Book Study. My name is John, and my hat is really weird. Why is it sticking up on that side? Anyways, hi! Hope everybody's having a good day. Honored, grateful, thankful that you have decided to spend a few minutes. This is really annoying me, this little pop. Look at that. There you go. There, that's better. Anyways, thank you very much for hanging out as I adjust my hat. We are on to chapter 2 and 3 of Lewis Howes' The School of Greatness. I really had a lot of fun the past couple of days diving into this book. Quite in depth, actually. Each chapter is about 20 pages long, give or take, so it's not like a quick read to get through a chapter, but I'm really I'm taking my time with this book, because again, I'm stretching this out over this week and the next, so I'm not rushing through it. I'm trying to get as much as I can to give you guys a really in-depth study of it. So the chapter 2, we'll start with chapter 2. It was talking about adversity and embracing it and being aware of it and knowing that it's almost a blessing in disguise sometimes. The chapter was called, and you gotta bear with me because this is how in depth I am. I totally forget everything. As soon as I start the recording, that's what I do. Turn adversity into an advantage. So if Lewis basically breaks this down as, we need to really start being grateful for what we have, and we really need to see that all of these things that might be happening to us, we got to use it to our advantage. He references Ryan Holiday's book, The Obstacle is the Way, which was one of my favorite books I read a couple years ago. It was just absolutely brilliant, and talking about the struggle, and you want to embrace it. This is the stuff that makes you a champion. This is the stuff that really gets you through that hump. And he uses the example of Kyle Maynard. And I don't know if you guys know who he is. I started following him a couple of years ago on Instagram and various social media sites. This guy is absolutely remarkable. If you know his story, you know that he's just an amazing human being, and a guy that has totally turned his adversity into an advantage, and it's a really cool story. So if you're not familiar with him, be sure to Google Kyle, because he truly is a remarkable individual, and Lewis really goes in depth in chapter 2, kind of the things that Kyle has gone over, what he's conquered, as well as how he never thinks of anything that he goes through as adversity. He actually looks at it as blessings. So really cool, especially the mention of Obstacle is the Way. I love when that book is referenced, because if you have not yet read The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, stop what you're doing and go get it. It's absolutely mind-blowingly good. So chapter 2 is really diving into how we need to start being much more grateful for what we have, and how we got to embrace the struggle, and it's okay to fail. It's okay to have some bad things happen. That actually makes us tougher and allows us to progress. The third chapter was called Cultivate a Champion's Mindset. And I'll be brutally honest with you guys, this is something I really have a problem with. It's probably, out of everything so far, other than the health stuff that's coming in this book, developing a champion mindset is probably the biggest thing I'm going to have to conquer and get over as I go through this book and throughout the next couple of years, as I'm trying to build myself up a little bit more. Negative self-talk, self-doubt, a lot of that stuff, it hurts us. It really does. And even when we do find some success, sometimes that in the back of our mind is really dampening and hurting our ability to crush it. So there was a really cool, and I put it in the blog post if you've read it, I did a screenshot of it. It was an example of how Lewis was talking about how he was absolutely doing amazing things. He was crushing it, but he was arrogant. He was angry. He was bitter. All of that was fueling him to become better, and it kind of backfired on him. It kind of, and I was like, dude, I totally understand what you're saying. In my life, a lot of the success and stuff I did was, a lot of it was when people were telling me way back when I got started that what I was doing was a joke, and what I was doing, it would never work, and I needed to go get a real job, and I shouldn't dream of working online. And there was a lot of anger and resentment I had towards some people in my life because they were telling me you couldn't do it. So a lot of my original success and the ability I have of being able to work from home was created out of anger. And when Lewis wrote that in the book in chapter 3, it really resonated with me. It hit me. I was like, I'm doing this for the wrong reasons. I need to make sure that my vision, the vision in chapter 1 that he talks about, is the reason why I'm so pumped up, why I'm passionate, why I'm fired up. Don't hold on to those negative self-talks and self-doubt. You need to have belief in yourself. So he goes into a lot of really cool exercises as well at the end of the book. The breathing exercise was really, really cool. My wife kind of looked at me a little weird last night while I'm sitting there going, breathing in for 5 seconds and exhaling for 8 and stuff. And she's looking at me. She's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just trying something out." So it was cool. I enjoyed it. It was really nice to slow down and just breathe calmly. And that was a really cool exercise that he had at the end of chapter 3. All in all, chapter 2 and 3 was really getting into the meat of the book. I mean, chapter 1 discussed the vision and kind of the game plan you have to have before you get into this. Chapter 2 and 3 started getting into some nitty-gritty stuff. I'm looking forward to the next few chapters. The chapter 4 is called Develop Hustle, so I can't wait to read that. And then the 5th chapter, I think, is the health-related one, so I'm going to dive into that over the weekend. Whew, boy, that's going to be a gut check. So chapter 2 and 3 went really, really well. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And the exercises at the end of each chapter, especially at the end of chapter 3 with the breathing exercise, but also the writing down the strengths and weaknesses. There was a really interesting exercise that he talked about where you got to get people that know you best and ask them to kind of go what they think your strengths and weaknesses are. I'm actually going to be doing that today. I'm a little worried that a lot of people are going to go, "John, you kind of suck." Hopefully not. Anyways, so we're into it, 2 and 3. Hope you guys are following along as well. I will get into a big bulk of this book throughout the weekend, and I will give you guys a new update on Monday. So have a great weekend. Be good to each other. I hope you are enjoying The School of Greatness by Mr. Lewis Hulse. Hulse. Man, this is such a simple last name to pronounce, and I'm having trouble with it. I got problems. Anyways, have a great day, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday.